beautiful before and after eyebrow, where the before doesn't look bad either. So you might be wondering, what kind of tip is she showing me here? Please stick around because I know you're going to pick up some tips that is just a little adjustment. She really got a lot out of it, so I know you will as well. Hey everybody, it's Jasmine, your brow expert, and my clients call me their brow expert because I've been shaping eyebrows for over 25 years at the Anastasia salon in Beverly Hills. I've had the pleasure of working with Anastasia, and I have had the pleasure of meeting some of you that have trusted me with the eyebrows, so thank you for that. So some of you might be new here, right? So please subscribe. Please engage with me. Let me know if this has helped you, and definitely share this with anyone that you know can benefit from any brow tips. We all know people that can use a brow tip. So without further ado, let's get to this brow tip. So as you can see, she's got pretty good eyebrows, right? But what you don't know is that she was in a really bad car accident a while back ago, and she was lucky enough to get a great plastic surgeon to patch her up, basically. And look how much hair that grew out. But as you can see with that eyebrow, it's really far back compared to the other side. Most of us don't obviously have this situation, but most of us have uneven eyebrows, which is why I know that you can pick up some tips here. So that is obviously the area that I'm going to focus on throughout this whole video. I will be putting some makeup on the good eyebrow. Once the brows have been shaped, she doesn't need some of the hairs, right? But the good side and the bad side, or if you can call it that, the highlighter always is something that I do now, right? Some of you are new, so you're gonna know that I'm always big on this. As you can see right here, the highlight is really showing off how much higher that brow is. But what you don't know is that this is also a stencil. I really like to use highlighters as a stencil, like template, if you will. And you're always going to see me laying the highlighter down, which is why I like to have you see me as well and holding the pencil. It's never head on. The client, I'm behind her, but I'm able to obviously lay the pencil down. And the brush 18 is a great way to move the highlighter. You could obviously use your finger if it's just you, right? But the powder is something that I chose because I just wanted to get it right into that little pocket right here. And again, I'm behind her, and notice that I start right at that pocket down below. I don't go right up in the front because the front can get too dark. I don't want the front to be dark. And this is something else that you will always hear me say. The area where you have the least amount of hair is where the area you want to touch first. And you notice that I'm holding it like so. The other eyebrow, this is something I want you to try, but you don't have to. You could always lay it down, but it's always laying it down. If you hold the brush head on, you spray out the hair, the brush hair that is. So you want to keep the brush sharp, and you want to just hone it right at that highlighter. So there was that little open pocket. Whatever's on that open area of the brow, whatever's left on the brush is where I go up in the front. That way you still get a little bit of background color up at the front, but you don't have it too dark. And so by going right at the base of that highlighter and going up, right at that base of the highlighter, and again, going up. If I just go up without doing this, you just get enough color. And again, it's whatever's left on the brush. So, and it's really important, right? Because the front is very sparse and the hairs grow this way. So that's why it's another reason why it's important. Okay, so the other eyebrow, the good brow. The very good brow. The other one's good too. The good brow. Now you notice that I'm always laying the brush down. Again, it's always laying down. I'm going to use that phrase all the time. Lay, and right at the edge. You're going right at the edge and then just dragging the brow down. She doesn't need color up there, obviously, but a little will just kind of give that clean, dressy look. You don't have to do this all the time. You can maybe do this when you're going out, right? And you want more of a dressy look. Just apply color right at the edge of your brow. This obviously technique works for anybody, especially for those of you that have full eyebrows, but it's sparse and you want it more defined. You always start at the middle and then lay the brush down going right at the edge, and whatever's left, again, go right up in the front, right? Down below here, again, it's right at the base of the highlighter, which is the other reason why I like using it. Now, at the top, you can use a concealer or a foundation. I've been asked this so many times. But right at the base, and remember, the good brow can use just a little bit, just so that you can have a color match with the other side. You don't want to just do the other side and not at all on the good side, right? So you want some color balance there. But the focus is just right at the edge. You know what? If you have really good brow shape, but it's thin, just by putting color, will make it look a little fuller. Remember that. And I think you already know this by now, right? So the clear brow gel obviously is just a nice way to brush up the hair. And look at this before and after at the top and then down below. Now, again, if you looked at her brows separately, they both look really good. And if you look at it separately down below the before, you can obviously see the big difference. Now, the skin is further out as well. So you can't obviously change that, but just a little bit of adjustment, especially the good eyebrow where she didn't have a surgery done, just by putting some color at the top edge of that side, kind of heightens it up, like makes it a little bit, tiny bit higher, so it balances with the other side as much as possible. It's not going to be obviously perfect, but pretty good. She really liked the adjustment without looking too different. She appreciates that she was patched up, but she doesn't mind it being a little different as well. So God bless her, right? She, again, knows and is grateful that she's got all this hair. And again, you guys, it's just a little tweak, a little higher on the side that is pretty good. But if this one side is so much higher and away from the other eyebrow, just do the opposite. Go lower on the high side and go higher at the top edge on the one that's tiny bit lower, but it just looks lower because obviously compared to the other side. So please let me know if this has helped you. I tag all the products, but most importantly, I do write down all the products in the descriptions. Some of it doesn't quite come up in the tag, meaning the particular specific colors. So that's why I list them in the descriptions. And of course, my makeup. By the way, I love our new Magic Touch blush, and I use whatever's left on my cheeks, on my lips, and put a little clear gloss. So that's another reason why I love this Magic Touch blush, Magic Blush. So thank you, and I'll see you guys next week.